This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
Overrated, underrated with Ryder and Lisa.
With Johnny, not Ryder.
Johnny.
He has the day off. Okay, Johnny.
Yeah.
Are you going with something that's overrated or underrated?
Overrated today.
Okay.
Has to do with my anniversary.
And you're celebrating your
7 years
of marriage.
of marriage today.
Wow.
Yeah. Overrated greeting cards. I have to get a card for today. Why? It's just going to be thrown out or put away or something that nobody's going to see except my wife.
Well, and they're like $7 now.
Why?
Why are they so expensive?
They're so overrated. Just call me. Call me on the phone.
Honestly, I'm just starting to feel kind of guilty because I'm like, I don't think I've ever sent a card to someone on their anniversary. Is that something you're supposed to do for your friends?
4 in the mail that came in.
Oh my gosh.
And then Carla's like, oh, look, we have some nice cards that came in for our anniversary.
Can't people just send a text?
So now, on the way home today, I have to go get a card.
Can't you just say it to her face?
No, you need the card. Greeting card industry.
Okay.
Get this, $7.5 billion a year.
I feel like I'd be really good at making cards. It seems easy. Like that job, they're writing these cards with their eyes closed.
Right.
Write her a poem, Johnny. You're romantic. Okay, I'm going to agree with you that greeting cards are overrated. My overrated, underrated today is something that's overrated. Sitting in the middle when you're out for dinner, whether it be in a booth or at a table. And at first you're like, this is the best seat in the house. I get to have conversations with everyone. I feel like I'm the center of attention.
A lot of places now have that horseshoe.
Yep, that's exactly where I sat
table, and
last
you're right
night.
in the back. Oh.
And I thought, this is great. Not fun when you got to go to the washroom. You're stuck. You got to make everyone. It's inconvenient for everyone on one side.
Yeah.
Not only that, though, but it's your job to have to hand everything to everyone if you're sharing food. Like, you are literally, all you're doing the whole time is passing things. Pass the salt, pass the peppers, pass the salad.
Are you,
and I'm like,
are you finishing those nachos? I want those.
Yeah, can you hand those over, Lisa? And I'm like, can I eat? Can I have some time to eat? And no one tips you, even though you're basically the one that's gathering all the dishes. So yeah, I think sitting in the middle is overrated.
How many people were at the table?
There was a lot because they were all going to Chelsea Handler.
Oh.
There was 1, 2, 3, 4. I was the 5th. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Like, I was in the middle. I was doing everything. Busy. I was the busiest person in the restaurant.
Play 107.
Johnny just rolled into the studio this morning without even saying good morning.
Nope.
He just walks in and he goes, finish this sentence for me, Lisa. I want to be rich enough to blank. That's what he said to me first thing this morning. I was like, obviously this guy had a really deep thinking drive into work. But is it because you were putting on fresh socks this morning that made you think of this?
It's because I couldn't find any socks.
You got holes in your socks? Oh, you're not even wearing them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
It was 4:15 this morning. I couldn't find any socks. I'm like, I'll just go without. And then I thought, on the way over here, I'm like, I just want to be rich enough to have a fresh pair of socks every single day. Brand new. And then I'll like donate them after I use them or whatever. Like, I know it's a waste. It sounds like a super waste. I get it.
No, okay. So let's take waste out of the equation here, out of the question. If you could just use things, as many as you want, and it's not going to ruin the environment, let's pretend that's not a thing.
A brand new pair of socks every day.
I love that. What kind of socks do you go for?
Usually like Pumas.
Puma ankle socks.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
Finish the sentence for us. I want to be rich enough to blank. Captain Crunch texted in saying own every streaming service.
Oh.
That adds up. Like, I'd actually like to know if our listeners have every single streaming service, and if so, how much is coming out of your bank account every month? Because that sounds crazy.
They're probably, what, $10-15 a pop now?
Well,
right?
yeah, I think Netflix has gone up. Keep in mind, I literally steal all my friends' accounts, so I don't pay for any myself. But I have friends that are like, oh, Hey You is cheap. It's only like $7 a month. I'm like, well, that adds up if you have several other streaming accounts
Disney Plus,
too.
No Idea. Crave, and then on top of Crave, HBO Max is like an extra one, right?
Exactly. Amazon Prime has also some add-ons that you pay extra for. It's like, well, I can't keep track of all this stuff. I just
did the free for the month, and then I forgot to cancel last time, and it just dinged me, and then I got canceled.
See, then you got to be like on top of it. You're thinking about it all the time. Whereas if you had enough money, you wouldn't care because you're not checking.
I hate when they give it to you for free for the month, but you still have to put your credit card info in.
Oh, yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
Patrick said, stay off of Facebook without a lick of FOMO, aka fear of missing out. Because it's true. A lot of people that are wealthy, like they just go and they live their life and they don't have to show off like the one thing.
They don't care.
They really don't. And of course, we're getting the classic texts of people saying paying off their debt and living comfortably. Like, of course, it's interesting because there's so many people that are living paycheck to paycheck. I was listening to a podcast recently. 82% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So I'd love to know the stats here in Canada as well, because it's tough.
I bet you're similar.
It's so tough, but we are getting some really funny texts in. Nicole wrote in saying, I want to be rich enough to be able to stare off into the distance while pumping gas. And I totally get it, because, you know, and you're like, okay, I can only put $20 in, and you're like, click, click. You're trying to get it to exactly $20.
Right.
If you were rich enough,
just let her go.
Someone would be pumping it for you. My story today comes to us from Nova Scotia.
Okay.
There was a pharmacy owner named Betty who accidentally ordered 220 more toasters than she actually needed.
220?
Yep. So she meant to order 2.
Okay.
But she accidentally hit the too many times and ordered 222 of them.
Oh, no.
So when she got them into the store, she was like, what am I going to do with all these toasters? Like, this is so much money. I have to sell these. And like Nova Scotia, every time I hear stories about the place, it just seems so wonderful. We have listeners that listen in every day. Alicia listens. She's from Nova Scotia. Love you, girl. And the people there are just wonderful. So people were coming in and ordering multiple toasters. They were like, I got a wedding. I'll drop off a toaster. The owner was quoted saying, the support was amazing. Our small community is incredible. A lot of the toasters are being donated to shelters and breakfast school programs.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I love it.
Tell me something good.
My story today is a few things. I want to give some shout outs to doctors and ultrasound techs.
Okay, Johnny has an announcement. If you don't know this yet, Johnny,
We're having twins, my wife and I.
so exciting.
Twins in December. And the doctor, as soon as you have twins, it's a whole new ball game.
Okay.
Whole new ball game, new doctors, new ultrasounds, everything, and everybody has been so incredible.
We're so blessed to have the people that work in our hospitals.
So nice.
Yep.
They take their time. Nobody's rushing you. Answer all our questions because it's twins.
Well, it's scary. You're like, what are you? You have one son.
Yeah, he's 2.
But you're right. It's completely different.
Whole new ball game, and everybody has been absolutely incredible everywhere we go. So thank you, healthcare workers.
Yes.
And this last year has been crazy.
It's
first
been
of all.
insane.
And thank you so much.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Johnny.
thank you.
Tell me something good.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Play 107. It's Lisa. Johnny Jasno is filling in for Ryder this morning. Good morning. We wanted to ask you, what is something that you have overcome? I was reading up on Travis Barker yesterday and how he finally went on his first plane ride since that awful crash that happened in 2008. Where
That's a long time ago.
It was a very long time ago. He has not been on a plane since.
Whoa.
Yeah, so very proud of him for overcoming that. And maybe not even, like I'm sure he still has some PTSD. If you're not aware of what happened to him, basically him and another guy were the only 2 survivors of a plane crash.
Crazy.
And he spent more than 11 weeks in hospitals and burn centers. He had over 16 surgeries, blood transfusions that lasted up to 8 hours, skin grafts, and then...
I totally forgot it was that intense.
Yeah, it was really intense. So when I read that he was on that plane and got off of it, and there's like paparazzi footage of him getting off the plane, like I can only imagine people were like cheering and stuff. But him in that moment was very overwhelmed,
stressed right out.
I can't imagine. So big ups to him. We wanted to ask you, what's something you've overcome? And it could be something crazy and intense like that, or it can be something silly.
Right.
Like we're getting texts into the show, like this one here from Bryce. I killed a spider. Like that to some people is a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Like I grew up in a house where my mom was really scared of mice. So therefore I kind of picked up on that fear.
Right.
And now I, like, even if I see like a tiny one, they're cute in movies and stuff. But when I see them in person, I freak out.
I just got one in a trap the other day. What would you do? Could you put it in the garbage?
No.
Could you go check the trap?
No.
You couldn't go check the trap?
No. I could not. See, that's something I need to overcome. So hit us up and let us know, like, what's something that you've overcome. Trinity wrote in saying, I went back on the ice to an ice fishing tournament. Back when I was 12 years old, I fell through the ice. I was terrified to be on ice after that, but I did it and I conquered that fear.
It is creepy. Have you ever been ice fishing?
I really want to, though, but I do think I would constantly be thinking, like, am I going to fall through?
When you drive on the ice sometimes.
That alone, I'm like, how do people do that?
And it starts cracking and you hear all the cracks. The dum-dum, dum-dum, dum-dum.
Oh, no.
It does. It gives you a creepy vibe.
We got this text from Danny saying, what have I overcome? Coming out of the closet. We support you and we are so happy for you. He wrote in again saying, most of my family has been amazing and supportive. So that is just absolutely fantastic.
I don't know if I have one.
Come on, you had to have overcome something. Mine for sure is definitely getting on stage and doing stand-up.
Oh, yeah,
I still get really nervous when I do it, but I'm just so happy that I can say that it happened.
Oh, I got one.
Yes. Okay.
Sweet potatoes. Couldn't even be around them. I didn't even know what it was. And I was just said, no, I didn't like it. No, I didn't like it. No, I didn't like it. No, I don't like it.
And now you're like eating sweet potato fries with kosher salt and a side of garlic aioli. And you're like, I am finally living.
7.
Quick question for you. Do you believe in Bigfoot? I want to so bad. And anytime there's a documentary about Bigfoot, I'm watching it. Even if they are just showing that exact same footage over and over.
And the big argument to the non-believers is, well, why is there no good camera shots? Why is it blurry? Why is it always in like some weird, everybody's running? Yep. Why is it not just like a nice shot?
Well, especially now with drones. You just bought a drone.
Yeah, Oh, I should go drone a Bigfoot.
You should go and try and find Bigfoot.
That's
you said there's some guy that's actually from here. Edmonton.
Todd Standing is his name.
Okay.
He's a wilderness expert and he takes a lot of people on like wilderness expeditions. And he's chatting now and he's saying it's out there. I have a good picture. Here's what he had to say.
I'm a wilderness tracker and I'm a guide, a wilderness guide, and I have a significant expertise when it comes to the species commonly referred to as Sasquatch. First year I think I filmed them was approximately 2005. I had 2 pieces of video. Video 3 is probably one of the most significant Sasquatch videos of all time because you can see a bipedal individual moving on 2 legs. The only bipedal species on the planet are human beings. People would say, well, that's a man in a suit. What's running faster than the fastest man in the world can run, and it's 9 feet tall? The DNA. How am I faking DNA? I think I got a crock pot in my basement cooking up DNA that fools the greatest experts in the whole world. It's not possible. The species exists. The evidence is out there. And we just have to simply acknowledge it.
Whoa, crazy.
One of these days, if Bigfoot is a thing, you got to think...
You want to see the picture he took?
That Bigfoot is going to just show up and like burst through the door of a pub and say, I want a beer.
Sorry. What was that? Sorry, did I break something?
I don't know what that was.
Okay.
It's fine. That's Bigfoot?
Yes, that's the picture he got.
No.
Yeah.
I think with prosthetics these days, that's definitely somebody in a costume. I want to believe in Bigfoot so bad.
Look at that face.
Hit us up on the text line. Quick poll. Do you believe in Sasquatch or Bigfoot or not?
I think it's cool. I'm going to go take my drone to the woods.
I don't know if I believe in Bigfoot, but I just hope that Bigfoot believes in himself. Follow your dreams.
Hope his family's doing well.
Yeah. If there's anything in life that I want to experience, it's seeing a creature of some sort or a spirit or something that people are divided on if they believe in or not. I would love to experience
You want an experience.
Anything, whether it be Bigfoot, a ghost.
I've seen many ghosts.
What?
Yeah, tons. We've had tons of experiences in our house.
Johnny, you can't be bragging to me about this because here's the thing. I have been trying to get ghosts to pay attention to me for 10 years and they don't care about me.
You gotta be open. You gotta be. You can't be closed-minded.
I am open. I literally walk into places that are told to be haunted, and I go, "What's up?
No.
What's going on? No. Come hang out with me."
You gotta be calming.
I want to experience like an alien abduction. They also don't care about me.
Why?
I was reading like a tabloid magazine or like one of those like trashy magazines over the weekend. And I was like, oh, what's my horoscope today? I don't know what intern was hired to write the horoscopes lately.
Okay.
But all they wrote for Aquarius was, you're a bit too quirky and even aliens wouldn't abduct you. And I was like, I would be a great guest on a spaceship. Thank you very much. But yeah, I've never had any type of paranormal experience. Tell me about your ghost in your home that you live in right now.
Yeah, I had 2, well, possibly 3. We're deciding to see if the third one, what happened. But
Okay,
2
come
for
on.
sure. First one was...
More details here.
So I have this old stereo from my grandpa. He bought it out of the Sears catalog in like 1972.
Classic.
Yeah, it got handed down to me. My grandfather passed away when I was 5, so I never really knew the man.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody said this was his favorite stereo. So it's in our house now. And ever since it's been in our house, things happen. And I saw him twice.
And you know for sure it's him because you've seen pictures?
It's a tall man in our house. And I was cooking supper one day and I looked down the hallway and all of a sudden this man figure just like walked so fast right by the door.
Now
and I said to Carly, my wife, I said, Carly, I just saw a ghost. And she goes, what? I said, yep. But I don't get a threatening feeling.
That's what I wanted to ask you. In those moments, are you feeling a calm presence or do you totally okay with it?
Totally calm.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. And then we just got our basement done and I was just doing some touch-ups in the basement and I was on my hands and knees and I was like fixing the baseboard or whatever. And all of a sudden I felt like I needed to look up and I looked up and he was standing there at the bottom of the stairs and all of a sudden up the stairs.
See, here's the thing that bugs me about ghosts. It's like, can you not knock? Can't you be like, hey, just wanted to pop in and watch you for a bit.
And the third one, I asked Carly yesterday, I said, why did you move the table and chairs? We have a little bistro set on our deck. I said, why'd you move that to the other side? And she's like, I didn't touch it. I thought you moved it. I said, no, why would I move it? I like it where it is.
If you don't want your house to be haunted anymore, just invite me over for dinner. They don't like me.
On Play 107.
I am very surprised with the amount of our listeners that aren't laughing at the picture we're sending them of Bigfoot.
It is Bigfoot.
They're legitimately believing like, wow, that's crazy, or I was skeptical before, but I do think that could be Bigfoot. So hit us up right now if you want the photo. We've been sending it pretty much for the past 20 minutes straight here.
We've been talking paranormal activity.
Well, we kind of branched out because I've never seen something. People are skeptical if it actually is a thing or not. I've seen like weird lights in the sky before, of course. And even after the government has confirmed like, yeah, there actually are aliens. I'm like, well, come on. And we got a text in from, was it Allison you said had a crazy ghost story? Yeah, here it is.
She was crouched down, saw blue pants and shoes, went up to greet this man. Boom, gone.
Yeah, because she said she was working in a retirement home and it's normal for seniors to walk up behind really quietly and watch them work.
Right.
So she just assumed it was a resident.
And then vanished.
Then just gone.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
No, I've never experienced that, but I've heard that it's quite terrifying.
It's crazy. Once you know it's happening, then I've had it before.
Okay.
And then
so are your eyes open or closed?
No, they're closed. I can't open my eyes. You're awake, but you can't.
So you're trying to open your eyes, but you can't.
And I can't lift my arms. It's like a big weight is on my chest and your arms and legs. You can't move.
And this is quite common, I think.
And it freaks you out at first, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, I'm in a
dream.
Yeah, I'm in sleep paralysis. It's okay.
Okay.
One time it took me out of the bedroom. Like I floated down the street. It was weird. That was a trip.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
So in that moment when you say you floated down the street, are there parts of it that are missing where you like don't know how you got out the door? Or do you physically like know?
I have no clue. I have no clue how I was outside, how I got outside. No clue.
And then when you wake up, you're still in bed, your arms are still down. And is the weight still there or can you physically move?
I can now move. I have to tell myself to go back to sleep.
I've heard people say that when you're having sleep paralysis, that's like when aliens are taking you.
Oh, maybe I had an alien experience.
You probably did. So it's funny. We're just going to wrap up this this conversation. I don't know how it got so out of hand after our Bigfoot chat, but
Hard left.
I did say like ghosts don't care about me. They never haunt me.
Right.
And Ron wrote in, Lisa, you're being ghosted by ghosts.
Yes.
There's something really fun that we're doing this Friday here through the station, and we want and need your help.
Big time.
So Ryder is definitely somebody that you would picture as the student who would have a lot of detention, going to the principal's office a lot. So we're kind of playing off of that.
Pulling the pranks in class, talking all the time.
Exactly.
He's that guy.
He's the class clown. So we're actually going to be putting Ryder in detention this Friday.
Love it.
Starting at 11 a.m. through till 6 p.m. So what we're doing is we got a donation of an actual school desk, and we're going to put him in that desk in the back of our Play 107 van. And we're going to have him sitting there in the Currents of Windermere Town Square from, like I said, 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. this upcoming Friday.
In detention.
And we want you to donate school supplies for those in need. What we want to do is fill the van around him. We want to completely surround the guy with paper, binders, crayons, pencils, pens, whatever it is that students need. So we need to be able to fill that van up. If you can't make it down on Friday to Currents of Windermere Town Square between 11 and 6 p.m. to see Ryder in the flesh in detention, you can send a cash donation to an email address that we've created.
Okay.
school@play107.com. There's a password. It's school in all caps.
Super easy.
Yeah, you can just donate money and we will be able to have our promotions department there to go directly to somewhere in Windermere. They have a lot of places you can get school supplies and they'll go and purchase them for you that day and shove them in the van. Anyone who donates is going to be entered to win a table of 4 for Salt and Peppa, who are going to be here on September 4th.
Win-win.
It's going to be so fun. So again, if you need any more details on this, just hit us up on the text line right now, or you can get more details at play107.com. You are celebrating your 7th wedding anniversary today, which apparently means it's your copper anniversary.
It's our copper anniversary.
So we were asking you, the listeners, what can he get his wife as a gift? And I said Moscow Mule mugs, but you said like she can't drink now.
Pregnant with twins.
She's pregnant with twins. But it's so funny because the amount of texts that are rolling in that are also liquor related suggestions. Copper Moon wine. This one from Army Chris says, "Here you go, buddy," and it's a picture that he has of a bottle of liquor that he owns called Copper Pot Canadian Whiskey by 40 Creek, and we're like, no more liquor suggestions. Kate wrote in though saying, "Johnny, you can get her something that's rose gold instead of copper." Or it's very similar to copper and you can get some beautiful jewelry.
I have a feeling I'm really behind the 8 ball right now.
Yeah, you're like what have you even planned for today?
I got lots to do after the show. Maybe like a nice meal tonight.
Johnny.
Doors.
Get it together.
I know, I'm so bad.
I laughed so hard at Melissa's text, and of course she's just kidding, so don't take this too personally, Johnny.
Okay.
But you did say it was your 7-year copper anniversary and you're expecting twins. She said,
What?
Your wife might want a copper IUD after having twins.
Thanks for the dad.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play